YouTube, what the crap's going on? Welcome back to Total War Rome 2, where I'm excited and pleased to bring you more Total War Rome 2 online commentary battles. I love these. It seems like you all love them too. So today we're going to be seeing one where I played as the Odrysian kingdom, teamed up with Rome, and we're playing against the Iceni and the Arverni with Orson Welles, apparently, and a flying walrus of sorts, so you gotta watch out for those guys. All those tusks and wings there. I got Orko Tixorko or whatever on my team, and then I'm playing under the guise of Arky Jerk right now, which is kind of a pun for me. I was from Oklahoma, so I don't know, calling Arky Jerks, but whatever. I live in Arkansas now, so no real offense intended. Don't even know where I came up with that one. But yeah, this is actually a medium funds battle, so 7,900 talents, as opposed to your typical 11,700 for large funds. So it's kind of interesting, actually, to play a 2v2 with medium funds, because it's going to change the way that a lot of... all my game settings are going to be different now. And I don't have the telestration tools turned on. I'm going to have to go back and fix that, because I just upgraded to Windows 10 before I did all this, so I need to go fix all that. So yeah, I've got the Odrysian kingdom here. And here they are rolling on through. In fact, I don't even know if I've checked my graphics settings. Let's crank up the graphics to extreme. We'll go into advanced options here. Texture, quality, shadows, extreme, extreme, extreme. We should be able to run it all on extreme without any problem. Anti-aliasing on. Anisotropic 8x should be fine. Yeah, we should be able to run it just fine here. So it was running a little bit lower than what it needed to. So let me refresh that. We can't have you watching it anything less than the best graphics, right? I mean, that's just not right. Well, I mean, on Attila, that's kind of what you just have to live with. Anyway, so here's my Odrysian army. I've got 4 of these. I think are they Thracian Thracian bowmen. I've got 3 or 4 of these Thracian warriors, and then I've got a couple of Thracian nobles. Let's see where they're at. Yeah, here they are. So there's one of the Thracian nobles. Very cool units, very cool indeed. Let me show you the rest of my army. So yeah, I got 2 Thracian nobles, 3 Thracian warriors, 4 Thracian bowmen. I've got 2 Thracian peltists. I'm very Thracian heavy, as you can tell here. I don't know why they call them the Odrysian kingdom instead of Thrace, kind of like in Rome 1, but hey, whatever. It all works. So we got the them, and then we got 4 Thracian cavalry. So let me go into slow motion real quick and kind of explain why I picked the army I did. So in a low funds and high funds battle, infantry spams can be very tough, and it's not to say that they may not be in a lower funds or in a medium funds battle, but I feel like skirmishers are going to be much more painful in a medium funds battle. So low tier skirmishers are going to do well versus unarmored targets. Well, when you're in a large fund battle, usually people bring plenty of well-armored targets, and it makes it more difficult. Well, in a medium funds battle, it's more difficult for your enemies to bring lots of high armored targets, which means that your skirmishers will be able to focus on fewer targets. One way or the other, medium funds is going to make skirmishers more dangerous, in my opinion. Some of you may think I'm wrong, but I also think it makes units like these Thracian cavalry that much more dangerous too, because there's fewer units on the battlefield for them to choose from to have the biggest impact. Now, my opponent playing as the Iceni has gone for an all-out infantry rush. He's got 4 chosen sword band. Those are not heroic nobles. He's got an odd pick here with the chariot general, but maybe not so odd again in the medium sizes. It's not necessarily a bad pick if he uses it right. And then he's just got an absolute crap load of sword band. Just to throw numbers at me. So it looks like he's got 8 of them. And again, bringing 12 infantry in a medium funds battle is scary. And then he's got a couple of Briton skirmishers and a Briton slinger. The Roman ally of mine has 5 a first cohort and 4 Principe here. Legatus, he's got 3 auxiliary Balearic slingers, so we have considerable skirmishing power. He's got 4 legionary cav out on his flank, so again, the cheap cavalry of Rome coming in handy here. The Arverni have made an odd choice here at bringing a noble cav, or noble horse. That's a lot of money in this fun setting, and heavy horse is a very nice horse for the price, and I think he would have done better to have just brought more heavy horse. He's got a Levy Freeman out here protecting them. Levy Freeman here, nothing wrong with that. He's got a Savage Dog. This could be good for pushing back the slingers, though he'll want to be careful with it. Just a Celtic Skirmisher, Oathsworn, and 4 chosen swordsmen. So that's kind of the battle setup, and you're gonna see the Iceni player just rush straight for me. So I'm going to connect with my Roman allies flank. Sorry I don't have the telestration tools. I'll turn them on for the next one. So yeah, and then I'm going to get a few shots. My charges are sometimes a bit late with my infantry, but up against sword band, it's not going to be too bad. I think I do get the charge here. Yeah, I do. But the javelins are actually going to cause considerable damage from the sword band, so it'll help them pay for themselves a little bit. My Thracian Peltast are now in pursuit behind the chosen sword band, and they will eventually give them huge problems. Out here, the enemy is being harassed by my Thracian cavalry. This chosen sword band down 20 men. And then in the center, I've been able to engage my my Thracian nobles. This one didn't. It took a lot of javelins, and it took quite a bit of damage. But the other Thracian noble did not take as much and just absolutely wrecked its target. My opponent's going to kind of overwhelm this flank. I've just got the one Thracian warrior, but you can see his sword band quickly and easily crumbles. My ally actually helped me a little here with the Principe. That was very, very proper of him. So now I'm going to have to push through. These skirmishers are a very big danger to my Thracian nobles, so I need to just push them back, because if he targets my general, I could be in big trouble. My bowmen are back here without firing right now, so not necessarily the best move for me. They should have been targeting these Briton skirmishers. I think I was probably just confused and didn't get them targeted properly. That sword band's going to die, and then I'm going to try and get to those skirmishers. The enemy general now is making moves to try and harass my Thracian cavalry, but this is a horrible decision for the Iceni general. These light chariots are going to get absolutely wrecked by elite javelins coming off of Thracian cavalry. They can't catch me, and there's no way they can hope to contend with the number of javelins that my men are going to throw their direction. So that's going to be an absolute destruction of the Iceni general. The Arverni player releasing the dogs way too hastily here. It does chase back the slingers, which should give him an opening to attack, but as you can see, he's still not running, whereas he should be, because now the slingers have reformed. Levy Freemen are going to try and push the cav a little. Yeah, and then my Thracian Peltast here are managing to do some pretty serious damage to this sword band. And you can see my Thracian cavalry just killed the enemy general. But the Iceni player has some skirmishers left and some heavy infantry, as well as 4 light infantry. So I've got to go into a kiting mode now. The heavy infantry I have left is very capable, but it's going to be in trouble with all these skirmishers, so I need to engage everywhere as quickly as possible. But these Briton slingers on my flank, my guys have pretty much 0 missile block chance, if not 0. I can't remember with the Thracian nobles, so you can see them getting wrecked by skirmish fire. So the sooner I get them into combat, the better, so they can get some kills. My general's going to die at this point, so I'm going to bring my Thracian cavalry in to get the skirmishers, and then I'm going to bring my Thracian Peltast over here to get rear shots. Now he does turn around this damaged chosen sword band, which is a good move. That's going to force my Thracian Peltast back, and then my archers are busy running away from 4 sword band, which my opponent is blobbing. He should not have blobbed these units. He should have brought them immediately over here to assist against the Roman. The Arverni player doesn't spread out as wide as they should, and thus his charges are not very good against the Roman infantry, and so chosen swordsmen, who should have done pretty well versus Principe, are just straight up getting beat, and it's the same with his Oathsworn. I don't know if he walked into combat or what, but his Oathsworn is just straight up losing to a first cohort. That's not a good scenario for him. These chosen swordsmen here got around the back of this Principe, but now they're taking fire from behind from Balearic slingers and dying very quickly. The enemy noble horse gets overwhelmed. And back over here, my Thracian cavalry tried to get some rear charges on that infantry. My Thracian nobles routed, both units though getting quite a few kills, though that one had done better than my general with 250 some odd kills. Very good. Now my Thracian cavalry, I'm just going to get them out and keep them alive. My skirmishers will be able to finish off all this Iceni infantry. My biggest worry though is that the Iceni player comes to try and help the Arverni player. But the Arverni player is not having such a good time in this combat thus far. So the shield wall doing weird things here to those chosen swordsmen. They'll last a little while in combat, but it's not going to let them win per se here. They would have had to have gotten a good charge and shield wall and everything all right in order to make this work. So my bowmen taking a few rear shots here into these blobs. That chosen sword band was trying to come after me, so I just gave it a quick shooting. I pounced on a chosen sword band out here once it was weakened, and my Thracian Peltasts were perfectly capable of destroying the chosen sword band in melee at that point, so I did so, and now it's routing, and now my Thracian Peltasts can come rejoin the fight. You can see this chosen swordsman actually finally routed, but the Iceni player is now here with his troops. Let's see how that works out, but my bows are right behind him, and they're going to be unleashing some seriously deadly volleys, like right here, just killing 20 or 30 of those chosen swordsmen. And these are very cheap Thracian bowmen. They're paying themselves off quite easily. I'm going to use my Thracian cavalry just to get in here. We're going to knock that unit out of the way, and then my target is going to be this Oathsworn here. My Thracian cavalry are going to come in and snipe what's left of the Arverni general, which is the strongest unit on the field. So the elite javelin damage from behind going to do some pretty substantial damage to the Oathsworn and help speed their way towards routing. But yeah, you can see the javelins flying in there, killing some Oathsworn here and there. And I can just rear charge here as well, which is what I choose to do. Let's watch that. So here comes my Thracian cavalry into the back of the Oathsworn. A very light unit, so it's not going to do a ton of damage off the charge, but you can see that we won that battle. The Arverni, or the Iceni troops over here without their general were tired and started to rout as I shot them in the back with my archers, and the Roman units turned to face them because they had basically defeated the Arverni before the Iceni got there. So we're able to overcome the pretty severe numerical disadvantage that we faced there because of the Iceni player having such a huge army. My army was pretty good size though because I had so many skirmishers. But yeah, I ended up getting a ton of kills too. So you can see that these bowmen, again, very cheap, very much paying for themselves. Nice kills on this Thracian Peltist. I mean, both of them had almost no losses, so it was worthwhile. Thracian cavalry doing extremely well here. Both enemy players tended to go weak on cavalry and just tank up on infantry, and that's probably a thought that, again, probably goes pretty well if you're in a large funds battle. You can get enough heavy infantry that it's an extreme danger to a cav-heavy army, whereas, again, I think cavalry in general becomes a little bit stronger in the medium funds because, again, it's harder for people to choose as much heavy infantry in the medium funds. I could be wrong. Heavy cavalry is also pretty expensive, and so that may be challenging as well. But if people are going to be bringing more of these lighter infantry, then heavy cavalry is going to become more strong, whereas you don't see as much of this lighter infantry in a large funds battle. You'll see a lot more heavy infantry. So I do actually kind of like the dynamic of the medium funds battle. It's pretty fun, and I actually got to play another with my same teammate there, and a Flying Walrus joined us again in the second battle. I will get to that the next time I'm here, but you can see Flying Walrus, his army not doing so well here. Orson Welles, his chariots got more kills than I figured they would. I don't know where they got those kills. Interesting. Let's see. He got a few kills with his Chosen Sword Band, but it wasn't great. Really none of his units did particularly well. And if we look at the Roman player, his infantry doing exactly what they were designed to do, which is win an infantry fight. His slingers getting an impressive number of kills here as well. And then for me, again, the bowmen, these Thracian warriors, two of them did quite well. This one was the one that got charged. And again, this Thracian noble doing extremely well, and this one, you know, okay with my general. Not that great. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this. HeirofCarthage signing off for now. I will see you later.